3, 2, 1, go. Push it and wait. That's the trick to not losing a finger. I spent $3.78 to get this shot. And shout out Netflix House. Today is Rivian R2 day here in our household. My family, my wife, my daughter and I are all gonna head out to King of Prussia, Pennsylvania to the Rivian store, and we're gonna take the R2 for a test drive. And we're not gonna look into this as a Tesla owner. We're gonna look at this from a non-EV driver's perspective. We're gonna look at this as a potential replacement for a gas car. So if you are interested in knowing what the R2 is like from someone who's not into tech and not really into EVs, follow along as we go on this vlog style video down to check out the R2. Now, we're not looking to trade this car in anytime soon. You never know. Ideally, we'd like to hold on to this car for a little bit longer. This is our 2020 Volkswagen Tiguan. It is a 4-cylinder turbocharged all-wheel drive SE model, and this is our great family hauler. We have over 90,000 miles on this, and we bought it brand new in February of 2020, and it's just a great all-rounder. It has the nice glass roof up top. It has plenty of room inside. It's locked right now, and I don't have the key on me, so we're not going to open it up. But this has just been a great car for us for the past 6+ years. And as we think about what might be next, we are thinking about adding another EV to our fleet. All right, fast forward a little bit. We're here in the R2. Now, I made a mistake and came a week early, but the Rivian team here in King of Prussia was able to accommodate me and get me in. So we are in this Catalina blue Rivian R2. We got a quick demo of how to adjust the seats and everything and how to shift it, which I think is pretty intuitive. And we're gonna take a quick ride, and it's 7-11 right now, so we only have about 25 minutes or so with the car. So we're gonna get on the road and we'll share some driving impressions as we go. Yeah, it definitely feels like you're in a truck for sure. Just the way that the, I can't turn right there. The way that the hood comes out on the sides, like really vertical and tall. It's nice. As we come to a stop, we're just gonna use the one pedal driving for the first time. And yeah, that's real smooth too. And unlike Volkswagens or Audis or Porsches, it'll come to a complete stop, just like a Tesla does. Acceleration is really smooth as well.
At the next stop sign, turn right. At the stop sign, turn right to stay on King of Prussia Plaza. Then at the next light, you'll turn left.
I should have done a better job of adjusting my mirrors, but they're good enough, so that's good. Stop. And now turn left.
At the light, turn left onto Mall Boulevard.
All right, nobody's around, so we came to a nice stop, nice and smooth, and we're just gonna give a little bit of gas here on a launch test. So let's see, 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, I'll say that gets the job done. That's nice. It doesn't hit necessarily instantly as hard as the Tesla does, but it does pull strong and it keeps going, and that definitely gives you a little bit of that EV smile. So definitely has plenty of power, and I like that the power just is a little bit gentler for regular driving, which is nice. You know, anybody who's ridden in a Tesla, driven by an Uber driver, has a lot of that.
Turn right.
Has a lot of that back and forth head jerking that'll make you sick. This car won't do that. It's so smooth with the one pedal driving. So nice job doing that.
Turn right onto North Gulf Road.
As we come out here into some of the newer areas of King of Prussia. And we're just gonna pull right out here. Yeah, it doesn't lean in the corners when you do that kind of turn. It stays nice and flat, but at the same time, the ride is not rough at all. And this car has the big wheels. It's got the performance wheels. The view out the rear view mirror is really nice and clear. So overall, I would say that the ride is about as smooth as the Tiguan, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
And definitely more powerful. It feels substantial.
In half a mile, turn right onto Pennsylvania 23 East.
All right, we're merging on 422 here. We'll get the highway merge experience a little bit. We're gonna get right off again. All right, lane keep is getting mad at me here, but no, we merged really nice.
In half a mile, use the middle lane to take the Pennsylvania 363 North exit toward Audubon/Trooper.
So we're gonna actually get right back over again. There's a car coming in my side, and you could see a really clear, in the side view mirror, really clear view, and it had a nice big yellow icon right in the middle of the mirror that there was a car there. So again, similar to our Tiguan in a way that has that light up. In the Tiguan, it's not in the mirror, it's on the side of the mirror.
To take the Pennsylvania 363 North exit. Then you'll use the second from the right lane to turn slightly right onto the Pennsylvania 363 North/Trooper Road ramp to Trooper/Audubon.
Yeah, it's very detailed instruction. We're gonna hop over a lane here.
Use the second from the right lane to turn slightly right onto the Pennsylvania 363 North ramp. Then at the next light, you'll use the middle lane to, at the light, take a slight right onto Pennsylvania 363 North.
All right, so that's where they want us to go, is the Taco Bell. So I guess maybe we should have turned there. We'll turn at the next place that we can.
At the next light, turn left.
Yeah, this screen got lost in center. We'll turn into this like building up here.
In 800 feet, make a U-turn at Jefferson
Maybe
Avenue.
I'll just stop up here real quick and take a look outside. Right, nobody's around. Actually, maybe over there instead. All right, so we made a quick stop with the R2. A little bit of a disorganized video, which is why I called it vlog style. And we only have a really short time with the car. But I'll tell you, my initial driving impressions are really positive. Super solid, no creaks or rattles at all in the vehicle, especially this being an early production car. And the handling is really smooth. Acceleration and one pedal driving, also really smooth. And you know, my wife commented that it's like the most comfortable seat she sat in a car, which is actually really good. So let's take a look around outside real quick. And we have that blue paint, which looks great on these big 21-inch wheels. And I'm curious to check the frunk space here. I think we just hit that. And it opens right up. Now this is not powered, it's hydraulic. We have a really big frunk here. And it has a soft close that we'll do when we go ahead and close it. Let's check the rear seat room as we go here. My wife has already been back here checking it out. I like the door handles kind of pull open for you. And it looks like a decent amount of room. All right, with the seat where I would put it, I have room here in the back seat. So I'm a comfortable person. Now this is not flashing the light in real life. It's just the way the camera picks it up. But yeah, comfortable back here in the back seat. Plenty of room. You get the glass roof, like we know in our Tiguan and our Tesla as well. Good view out front. These hangers here for accessories and USB ports, which is really great. And these seats are heated back here too. So I have a pretty good impression of this so far. Let's check out the luggage space. All right, back here we have I think it's right around here is the place to put this down. Let me check. Well, we can just open it. Okay, yeah, right here. Oh, I hit it twice. Right here by the V. Oh, and it almost got my fingers. Oh boy. Right here by the V, push it and wait. That's the trick to not losing a finger. And here we go. Yeah, plenty of room back here. I'd say, Not as tall as our Tiguan. That's because they try to keep the roof low, so we have better aerodynamics. But it is still pretty roomy, and these seats do fold down, so I feel good about that. And underneath here, oh, a ton of room underneath. So we would probably want a spare tire under there, but there's even room beneath that. And of course, then you have your power port here, which none of our cars have. And then a provision here for maybe a cover, which is nice too. So I'm pleased with that. And then we'll just hit the button here. The trunk closes real nice. I just love that blue paint, and the yellow, I think, is the launch accents there, which is nice. So absolutely beautiful car. And normally I might shy away from these bigger wheels because I know my Tesla, the 20s, are rougher than I'd like, but the ride on this is pretty smooth. And these actually do have quite a bit of sidewall. So I think that's why it's different. And of course, we have our charge port right here, which we know this really well too. So yeah, on a quick first impression, I'm really pleased. Looks like my wife closed the frunk already, so we're all set there. So let's get back and turn this in. Yeah, we don't want to get in trouble. So let's hop back in the car and get some final thoughts as we turn it in back at the Rivian showroom. As we make our way back here, I'll say I continue to be really pleased with the smoothness and comfort. And I'll also say that as a big guy, I have plenty of room in the front seat. The seat belt's got plenty of room. We like that there's 2 glove boxes up front, and we did find the cup holders underneath here as well. Also, the phone chargers are MagSafe, so your phone like MagSafes to it, which is pretty cool. And we were talking here off camera, and I think that the luggage space, the trunk space,
At the next light, turn left.
is very comparable to our Tiguan. And when you add in the frunk as well, like, I don't think either one of us have any concerns that this would be a very good replacement for the Tiguan in terms of space and comfort, which is great.
At the
because
light, turn left onto Goddard Boulevard.
to be honest with you, the Model Y, as much as I want it to be, is not the best in space or comfort compared to the Tiguan. It's just got a bit of a firmer ride, and it's got, you know, it's got a good frunk, but the rear hatch is just not as squared off as the Tiguan, so it's compromised, where you don't have that here in the R2 to that same extent. I'll also say that this car has a very distinctive personality compared to the Tiguan or our Tesla, and I like that. I don't think we'd want 2 cars to be identical, so if we have this as a pairing to our Tesla, we wouldn't want it to be the same. I think this has a definitely different feel, and I like that quite a bit. So I think we'd be very comfortable with this car in our driveway. All right, and with that, our Rivian Devo Drive is done. This thing was a blast to drive. I really enjoyed it. And I think this is definitely on the list as a potential replacement for our gas vehicle. Now we're just gonna lock it. They said to take the key and just tap it here. We heard the chirp and it went. You joined me back at the King of Prussia Mall just a little bit after we dropped the car off. My family and I grabbed some dinner at Italy, which was a pretty good place. My daughter ordered Alfredo on a wheel of $3,000 cheese, apparently. So it didn't cost $3,000, but they used that to kind of make it up. It's part of the experience, which was fun. And lightning storm in the background, but I figured I could charge up here at the Rivian Adventure Network here in King of Prussia while I share my final thoughts on the R2 test drive. So let's plug in. Now I have the Model Y here with me. We plugged into one of the 2, I think there's 2 NACS plugs here, and my phone is inside. So let me just grab my card and we'll go ahead and swipe and pay. Okay, I don't know if you're supposed to plug in first or not, so we're gonna go ahead. Okay, it says other vehicles, tap first. So we're gonna go ahead and tap the card here. All right, lit up, processing, approved. And I will take this now. The car did precondition. I had it drive me over from the other side of the mall. All right, native NACS. Okay, I took an extra push to get it in there, but we're charging up. May take a moment. All right, we're lit up in green now, and there we go. 49% state of charge here. We're gonna ramp up, I don't know, maybe 100 kilowatts or so probably. Yeah, that's about what I thought it would be. Okay. But you are not here for a charging video. We're here for an R2 video. So first of all, why R2? Well, we've had our Tesla now for 2.5 years, and I was talking to my wife. She doesn't want to be on camera, so I'll just kind of relay her feelings. She likes the idea of an EV. She likes charging at home. She likes the idea that you're not burning fossil fuel necessarily. We know that, of course, electricity can come from multiple sources, so she likes the energy independence factor. She likes that you can do things like precondition, whether it's heating up your car or cooling it remotely quite easily. She just likes all that stuff. She likes just the idea of the fact that EVs can go anywhere, right? So we've had an EV for a couple of years. We take it all over the place. So she knows that range anxiety and charging anxiety isn't really a thing, that they can fit into our lifestyle really well. But she hasn't loved the Tesla. So she loves that I love the Tesla and she supports that. But she doesn't love the kind of in-your-face techiness, if you will, of the Tesla, right? Everything being in the screen and just the shape of the vehicle being so different and unique because it's fully optimized for electric, and just a lot of the unique Tesla things that they get so right, but are just so foreign from your average vehicle experience. And I get that. It's a big step to go from a traditional car to a Tesla. And my wife, she's not a car person, she's not a tech person, and you know, she loves her Volkswagen, and that's what she likes. So that's valid. I bet you there's a lot of people, a lot more like her than me, right? There's a lot of people out there like that. So I was really eager to go out and take a look at the R2 today and just get a feel for what is it really like. And I really enjoyed it. It has its own unique personality from the Tesla. It feels kind of chill. It feels solid. It definitely feels trucky, which is good. The long hood goes out, and it's just got a solid feel. My wife especially liked the comfort of the seats, plenty of room in the back, and I think where she has doubts about the Tesla being our primary family car with the amount of room inside and backseat comfort, I think that she really thinks that the R2 fits those needs as well or better than our Tiguan does. So that was really encouraging for me. And while we're not in the market for a car this moment, it's good to know that the R2, as I really hoped it would, is going to be a good option for us to replace the Tiguan and go from a gas car to an EV. I'm really pleased with that, and I think the fact that my wife came away positive is extremely positive for the RV, or for the R2. You know, she's not an EV person. She's the kind of customer that Rivian is going for, and she came away really, really pleased. So anyway, that's that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed following along in our vlog style video as we end with lightning and fireworks behind us. But I had a good night. It was good to get out. Good to see the R2. Shout out to Stephanie at the Rivian store here in King of Prussia who took care of us, because I came a week early. I misread the date on my reservation. I thought it was for this week. It was actually for next week, but she took care of me. She got us in. She got me the Catalina Cove R2, which is my favorite color, and we had just a great drive with it. So if you made it this far through the video, I want to say thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Subscribing is the best way you can help my channel, and I do appreciate that. And with that, I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you on the next one again soon. All right, and checking in before I finish, still charging. I'm gonna unplug. I just came here for the scene, and yeah, 86 kilowatts, and we're cranking away here, 4.5 minutes in. I spent $3.78 to get this shot, and shout out Netflix House. All right, see you on the next one.